The bee just wanted to sunbathe on the beach, but was nearly drowned by the duck's runny sweat. Furious, it decided to confront the duck, but instead of apologizing, the duck blew the bee straight into a seashell, then burst out laughing, and even used the bee's stinger to pop open a bottle cap. The bee figured it should just move someplace else, but then a blanket landed right on top of it. After it finally crawled out, it got stepped on. The bee couldn't take it anymore. It flashed its stinger and dove straight at the duck, poking dozens of holes in the duck's drinking straw. The bee warned the duck, but while the bee wasn't looking, the duck trapped it inside a bottle, and then went off to play by the ocean. Just when the bee had no idea what to do, it noticed bubbles rising from the water, so it stirred the liquid with its stinger, and as the gas built up, the next second it was blasted right out of the bottle. The moment the furious bee spotted the duck, it charged again, hoping to strike before the duck could react, but the duck was surprisingly fast, dodging at the last possible moment, and the bee slammed into a rock. The bee wasn't giving up. It circled around the inflatable boat, and finally came up with an idea. It tried to deflate the raft, but the escaping air shot it straight into a swarm of sharks. Panicking, the duck quickly reinflated the boat. The bee wasn't letting him off the hook. It immediately poked another hole in the raft. The duck had no choice but to plug the leak with one finger. The bee flew back again, and poked hole after hole. The duck even had to use his feet to plug them. Now he couldn't move at all. The bee poked a hole under the raft, exposing the duck's tail. Then it plucked one of the duck's feathers, and used it to tease the sharks. Once the sharks woke up, they were thrilled. The bee lured them right under the duck. To save his life, the duck sprinted toward the shore at lightning speed, but even then, the sharks managed to bite into the raft. Terrified, he ran even harder, but the sharks hooked the raft onto a wooden post. The duck grabbed what he thought was support, only to realize it was a shark's tooth. The bee kept causing trouble. It ripped open the raft, and the duck was launched straight into a shark's stomach. Luckily, he bounced back out, only to find himself facing 6 more attacking sharks. At the critical moment, the duck blew air into his umbrella and popped it open, but he used too much force, and the umbrella broke. Just as he was about to fall into a shark's mouth, he flipped the umbrella around and jammed it into the shark's jaws. And now, you're about to see what it truly means to be stubbornly resilient.